feminine tends to be too needy, not showing up for herself anymore because her inner masculine energy isn't present anymore, so her feminine becomes too needy. My heart's been ripping wide open, 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 wide open. Hi friends, this is Soul Coach Nikita and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about our inner feminine and masculine energies that everyone, no matter what gender you identify with, has. And in order to achieve personal mastery, we need to balance both of these energies inside of us, and then we can help the world balance it and help heal the world as well. And this is the first video of a series that I'm doing about these energies, and I'm not sure what to call the series yet, so let me know in the comments below what you think would be a perfect suiting name, and then we can choose one together. Today's video is all about starting out, giving you the basics, the most common things about each of these energies. And what I want you to do today is to just listen and reflect which of these energies is more dominant inside of you and what comes up for you. How are you feeling when I mention these things? And then we will get more into details on how to heal specific core wounds of both of these energies and in the following videos. So let's get into it. The feminine and masculine energies within ourselves can be also seen as the left and brain hemispheres inside of us. The left brain is the masculine, the logic, the mathematic, the structure, and the right brain hemisphere is the emotional, the fluid, the creativity, the flow. And you can also compare it with the yin and yang sign. It's about the balance of both of these things. We need both energies, and both energies help us to love and heal ourselves. And when we bring them into balance, this is when we achieve mastery. So the yin is the feminine and the yang is the masculine. So the yin is usually more receptive. She allows to open herself up and just let things come to her, while the masculine is more like doing and going after it and like the direction. And they are both the healthy and the unhealthy sides of both energies. Now I'll just quickly go over both of these energies in the healthy and in the unhealthy version. And in Tibet, in China, you usually don't say unhealthy, you say excess, like an excess amount of masculine and feminine energy, like when there's too much. Is present and holds the safe container in order for the feminine to open herself up so she can talk openly and so that she can share her wisdom. And the masculine is more like the intellect. The masculine is more the supportive and encouraging container, while the feminine is the intuitive and the nurturing, like the mother figure kind of. You can also compare these two with like the typical idea we have about a mother and a father. Feminine is magnetic and she surrenders and she just flows. Like I always imagine like the ocean, when you go deep into the ocean, that's like the masculine like the masculine side of the ocean, like where it's just still and like deep. And the feminine she's like the waves. She's fluid and she builds up and she crashes and she moves. The masculine is more about decision making and the feminine is more about feeling and just feeling into it. How should I react? Like she's more heart-centered and the masculine is more in the mind, like, okay, what makes more sense to do it like this or this. The masculine tends to be more results-oriented, like he just wants to get the job done and do one thing after the other, while the feminine is more about the process and how can she learn from it and how can she integrate it. And it's a other. They go after their goals and their things in a different way. The masculine is more competitive, while the feminine is more about being together and doing things together, like more collaborative. And the masculine tends to be more like a hierarchy, to go after like steps and more like in the hierarchy, while the feminine is all about circles. And if you think about women, we have our period since we are 12 and we go with the flow. We tend to go in seasons, just like the year goes in seasons with winter, spring, summer, fall. And for the feminine, it feels more natural to go with the flow and just allow ourselves to move with everything. And you can also see this with the emotional up and downs inside of women, while males often struggle with accepting when they're feeling different ways, like different emotions, but this has also to do with this toxic culture of man up that has been deeply ingrained inside of us. And this is just the most BS thing I've ever heard. And this is the reason why both can learn from each other. The masculine can learn from the feminine, and the feminine learns from the masculine. And the goal is truly to be balanced. There is nothing or no one that is better or worse. This is about coming together and healing inside of us, and then we can heal each other together in the world. Masculine is more about speaking, and the feminine is more about listening. And the masculine is also more about doing, while the feminine just is. She's more about being. And you can, if you just look at the anatomy of male and women, or men and women, you can already see that he is more centered of going outwards and she's more centered on going inwards. When you have an excess amount of feminine or masculine energy, it tends to show up like the following. The masculine tends to be forceful, like too much, too forceful. And the feminine tends to be too needy, not showing up for herself anymore because her inner masculine energy isn't present anymore, so her feminine becomes too needy. The masculine can become really dominating to a unhealthy amount, where the feminine can become like the victim, where she just like goes into her shell and kind of makes a fool of herself. And an excess amount of masculine energy tends to show up as anxiety because it's really mind-centered, like I mentioned in the beginning. So like all of these thoughts start coming up, and depression comes up more with an excess amount of feminine energy because she's like spiraling down in the feminine energies and the feminine thoughts and feelings. What this shows why we need to have a healthy amount of both of these energies and be in balance. So this was just the introduction. I want you to just reflect what or in which situation which energy tends to be more dominating inside of you, and once you know this, you can start balancing both of these more inside of you. I hope you like this video, and if you want to see and learn more about our inner feminine and masculine energies and how to heal yourself, connect with your soul and spirit, and elevate your consciousness, please subscribe, and I'm so excited to see you all again in the next video.